This episode has been brought to you by CompleteNutra.com, whole family nutrition.
Hopefully with the virtual, broadcasting of dance, people who haven't been exposed to it yet, like who hadn't, seen live dance will be exposed in a way. And like when everything does open up, they'll be inspired to go see a live show. Mm-hmm. So
I think everybody,
of things.
Dancing is kind of becoming very like 15-second, like these things with was it TikTok or whatever? It's like
very commercial, very like and I mean that's like a whole different there's commercial dancing and like that's what people are used to. I think is the dancing scene on TV
right.
And that has its own like great aspects to it. But the classical dance, the ballet, the contemporary ballet, there's a lot
talent and you can really tell it's like, and so ballet is specific to classical music, right? Is that right? Or is that not right?
No, not necessarily. Look into any ballet class that's online or whatever. It always has a piano accompaniment of, classical melodies and, very balletic classical music. But, the company I work for now we're classically based, but it's a contemporary company. So we do a lot of like really interesting works and, the music can be like, it can range from like rap music to, any kind of electronic music.
Oh, cool. That's pretty sweet.
So it's like, it is moving with the times and
because it's the show, ballet will always.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Sometimes it's really abstract and there's no actual like visible story unless it's like concepts. It's like modern art. But there is always like a through line. There's always an idea, and there's usually some pretty good room for interpretation. So that's what keeps it fun.
Wow, how cool. Right now, I mean, it's like what are you doing during this time of a break to kind of stay in gear and stay, are you working out right now? And what's your regimen look like?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have to tell you, it's been like the hardest kind of transition because, we had to obviously stop working at the studio and we didn't really know how long we were going to be away for. So usually when I have a break, like we usually have about 2 months off a year, broken up. So I'll take 3 weeks off, get my body, back together. 'Cause you have to give it a break when you're working super hard.
Yeah.
But, not knowing like how long you're going to have to be training this way, it was really hard to gauge. So, I took a little bit of time off in the beginning. I was dealing with this like foot thing. So I, rested that but days and then weeks go by and you're like, I really got to get back into things because my body is just like, feels weird. Like it just doesn't feel good when you're out of shape and you're missing that routine. So,
but it happens fairly quickly.
It happens
if you're working
fast.
out, if you're normally in a schedule where you're like training every day almost.
Yeah. No, it's like I've had to become very creative. So, classes started being offered online virtually with dance teachers from all over. So that was kind of cool that I got to tap into classes with people that I would normally not get to, learn
That's
from.
Pretty cool.
Is pretty cool. The challenges are obviously the floor surfaces that you're dancing on because, we basically are like our feet are like a dog's nose. Like it's just like everything we can like feel every little different movement. And, if the surface is like too slippery, too sticky, uneven, if it's too hard, if it's too soft, like it just throws everything off. So, I've been trying, okay, well, maybe today I'm going to see how the outdoor patio is in terms of my tendus and plies, or the bathroom, because the bathroom is a little more like smooth. I'm going to put a yoga mat in the living room or the kitchen. Could it give me a little bit more of like a comfort, like a little more bounce? Because we're actually,
you never
at the
think
end,
about that. The studios are built for
the studios
you.
are built. They're like, the floors are actually sprung. So you mostly, most of the time. So it's
That's
like
gotta
a
feel
layer
pretty
of this.
cool.
It feels pretty. I mean, it's like, yeah, it feels pretty great. But we are like doing crazy jumps off of it.
That's the other thing, because it's probably to help you have more shocks, because like if you're really being doing these probably intense moves, your body would probably get injured quicker if you didn't have that kind of a floor all the time.
Right. And which is why, like, in the beginning of this, I really kind of like, I wasn't doing as much ballet, and I was doing like yoga. I was, doing, I'm a certified Pilates instructor. So I was doing a lot of Pilates. I got really into road biking. So I was doing other things because I knew, like, if I was pounding my body every single day on these surfaces, like, I was going to get hurt. So I mean, eventually I kind of was like, well, I really do need to get back into like a consistent class. So I've just been, creative with that. And, I'll jump in my tennis shoes instead of jumping in a ballet shoe, just to give myself a little more cushion. And it actually does teach you to work a lot smarter instead of harder. So you're really like, okay, well, this surface and the space isn't ideal. So that means I'm going to like really work on my port de bras, or I'm going to really work on my plie and my landing versus my actual jump. So it is like, it's challenging and helpful in that way, that it makes you work in a different way.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Like, you're able to focus on something and just dial that in. I remember it was Bruce Lee said that he would take one of his like karate moves or whatever he did, but he would do it super slow-mo for like probably thousands of times. I don't remember the exact number, but just a stupid amount of times. And then he would start speeding it up, and then when he got to that full speed, it was like lightning, but he was doing the entire move. You got to start with a lot of this repetition. So it might be helpful to kind of almost shake up the routine if you can adapt, and then start focusing on all those little things to really maybe dial in some of those.
And totally. It's been a great opportunity to like go back to the basics with everything, to just, like be a minimalist, but like you're a clean, obviously when you're a minimalist, things are like better organized and cleaner. So it's like making your body more organized and cleaner.
Yeah, like getting rid of all the junk and focusing on the things that matter.
The unnecessary things.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you for joining us for the Healthy and Family Show. Visit our website at healthyandfamily.com. That's healthyandfamily.com to see what all the other doctors, experts, and real moms have to say about keeping your whole family healthy. This episode has been brought to you by CompleteNutra.com, Whole Family Nutrition, and aired on the Goldstone Network. People, Planet, Future.